Ladies and gentlemen, the United States just recently assured Taiwan that we would stand behind the country in the event of a blockade or invasion. Now, I don't know exactly how we would prevent a blockade. I explained that in my last segment. Definitely watch my last segment, and to my viewers who commented, who have knowledge about the Navy and about how we would utilize our aircraft carriers and our capabilities, thank you so very much. I have the most intelligent, knowledgeable viewers on this channel in the comments section, and I thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, the issue is not that we left Afghanistan. That is not the issue. We knew the country would fall. We knew that 20 years ago. It's a counterinsurgency conflict. You cannot win. There's no victory. The Soviets lost before us. The French lost before us in Vietnam. There is no recipe or roadmap or blueprint for victory in a counterinsurgency conflict. You cannot win the hearts and minds of people utilizing military might. This is impossible. You can look throughout history as well. It is not possible. Bush, Cheney, and Rumsfeld got us into this debacle. The Lincoln Project people, Bill Kristol, all the conservatives, the Bush era conservatives got us into this mess. President Obama and Biden continued all of this. Well, Biden voted for this, okay? So the Bush people couldn't have gotten us to this point without Biden, Kerry, Clinton, and all the Democratic Party hawks. Now, as with everything in Biden's life, I hate to, I don't feel happy saying this, but look at his son. Look at his son's life. Look at how Biden is running the country. The apple doesn't fall far from the tree. Look at Ivanka Trump. Look at Donald Trump Jr. Look at Jared Kushner. Look at Eric Trump. You might not like, their personalities, but they're successful, happy people. The country, aside from media, was successful. We were generally a happy country. If you remove the apoplectic media meltdown, we had record low unemployment, wages soaring. The biggest problem we had was that Trump was pressuring Zelensky. Our democracy was at stake. The hysterical reaction to Trump winning caused media every single day to parrot and regurgitate Democratic Party talking points. The reality was democracy was fine. They just didn't like Trump. They twisted every word he said. They inserted words into his mouth. He didn't make it easy for himself with social media, but he was a good president. He did good things. He negotiated a deal to get us out of our longest-running conflict in Afghanistan. Had Biden simply, and here's the point, had he simply removed Americans and embassy officials and interpreters and Afghans who deserve to come to the United States of America for helping us, and I want these people to become citizens instantly. Had he simply done that January 21st, we wouldn't be talking about how Taiwan could be invaded tomorrow. We are at our weakest point, not because we left. Hit subscribe to this channel right now. Please get this segment going and check out my segment prior to this one. Biden could eventually resign in disgrace because of his inept handling of how we withdrew. It's not leaving. It has nothing to do. We already knew that Bush, Cheney, and Rumsfeld set us on a course where it was never ending and there was no blueprint for victory. There's no definition of victory. It had nothing to do with, and hit subscribe to this channel right now if you want to buy me a cup of coffee or support the channel. The super thanks is below next to the like and the share button. If you want to read my writing in The Hill, The Huffington Post, Salon, The Jerusalem Post, other publications, go to hagoodman.com. Your support via Patreon is extremely, extremely important. If you want to support my work long term, my Patreon is below in the pinned comment and on hagoodman.com. It has nothing to do with us leaving. Trump negotiating to get us to leave was the best thing that could ever have happened. The pictures of people falling from airplanes, the pictures of, this is exactly like Saigon. It was a rushed withdrawal because Biden didn't even make up his mind as of March. You'll see the link below in the Los Angeles Times. March of 2021, U.S. officials said, oh, well, you know what? We don't even know if we're leaving yet. The adversaries in that country said, well, you know what? If you're not going to abide by a deal, okay, the United States of America made a deal. Biden, to spite Trump, said, well, we're going to leave, but on our own timeline. Well, that's what caused this. That is what caused, it's not leaving. It's how we left. It's not leaving. It's the rushed, completely irresponsible, inept manner of how we left. No Afghan should have been running alongside a plane. Those people should have been, if Biden is so empathetic and if Democrats are so morally superior, they should have been given papers to come to the United States to become citizens. But Biden wanted to spite Trump, so now everyone suffers. Democrats, the Democratic Party base, would rather spite Donald Trump, do the opposite. If Trump said breathe, they'd hold their breath. They'd hold their breath. If Donald Trump said don't fall off the cliff, they would run off the cliff gleefully, happily. Anything Trump says, they do the opposite. So that's what they did that's what Democrats and Biden did with the withdrawal. Now you have Senator Menendez in New Jersey who wants to investigate Biden. Okay? It's a complete and utter unmitigated catastrophe and debacle. And with every single, even CNN and MSNBC here and there are turning on Biden. You have to understand the matrix, the machine that's propping mashed potato brains up from day one. The most popular, yes, the most popular candidate of all time. Yes, mashed potato brains. The machine is propping him up, and even the machine can't sustain the weight of his irresponsible, inept response. Now you have Taiwan. What are we going to do to defend Taiwan? I don't think, and God bless the people of Taiwan, if you're watching this, I'm not making any predictions at all, and I have no clue. I'm simply giving an evaluation of where we're at right now as a country in terms of foreign policy. I don't know, we don't have the money for a protracted conflict. The Chinese are part of this UN Security Council, so they get a voice that, you know, there's only 5 members of the UN Security Council. Russia could probably side with China. Okay? Who knows what France, France will probably side with us, but who knows? Who knows? You have a tremendous amount of influence. If they blockade Taiwan, what can we do? And I talked about the naval, the aircraft carrier groups, and the aircraft carriers and their location. The link is below to the U.S. Navy tracking website where you can track all the largest ships that we have. They have 2 aircraft carriers, China. The president there has modernized their military and has done a lot to end the corruption within their military. They had tremendous corruption and bribery issues. Okay? So he cleaned house like 5-6 years ago, 4 years ago. Okay? And they've been modernizing while we're worried about, what somebody said on social media 10 years ago. Okay, they're a lot smarter than we are. Could you imagine if the president of that country, Putin, could you imagine them playing chess with Biden? Who do you think would win? Okay? He wouldn't, but if you had to put your life savings on whether or not Biden would win a chess match, not just against Putin, but against anybody. Okay, Gumby would defeat him in checkers or chess. You're not talking about a brilliant strategist. You're talking about somebody propped up by the Matrix. Mashed potato brains is leading this country, and the most powerful man in the world, apparently. I don't know how we could defend Taiwan at this point in our history. I don't know how. Tell me below if I'm wrong.